Hello, it's librarian Alex, and another book from that dynamic duo of Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. Can you see there? That's a picture of the Gruffalo. Yes, you all know the Gruffalo. That's her most famous book. But this is A Squash and a Squeeze, about a little old lady who, can you see, she's looking rather dubious and unhappy, and she's kind of complaining about living in a very small home. Maybe you feel like your home is a bit small, a bit of a squash and a squeeze. Well, we'll see how she solves her problem. She also has a farm with a cow and a goat and a hen and a pig. There we go. So let's find out what happens to her. And there's a little picture of a hen with, oh, she's laid an egg. Nice, it could do for breakfast. And these are those end papers. This one, these drawings by Axel Scheffler. We've got a cow, a goat, a pig, a hen, a cow, a goat, a pig, a hen. Loads of them all in rows. And this is a clue as to the chaos that might happen. Have you ever seen a cow on a table? Don't think I'd like that in my home. Can you see her there? She's got her face in her hands. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. There's the jug up there. There's her chairs and her table. Very little home. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." He's thinking about it. "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. Take in my hen? What a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg by the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. Ew, crash. Smashed her favourite jug. Look at her. Arms in the air in despair. Crashed jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one, it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Oh, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." Look at the mess. But I love the way the chicken, he's kind of looking a bit pleased with himself. Or she, actually, it's a she, isn't it? She's laid an egg. Oops. "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." And there she is, tugging at him, having a little battle to try and get him into the house. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. Can you see? The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two, it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Oh, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." You see there's tiny fleas on the goat. And there, he's pecking at his back, running a riot around her kitchen table. "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. Taking my pig? What a curious plan. She is pushing him in. That pig is not happy about it. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Can you see him? He's snuffling the carrots. He's tipped all the vegetables out. He's going to eat up all her food. Look at that. They've all been caught eating, even the goat and the chicken there, the hen. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore! It was titchy for 3, it's teeny for 4. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." And that picture, they've all got full bellies, lying back, reclining, sleeping after having eaten all her food. Look, the sugar's finished. All the jars are empty. "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." And here we go. Here's that picture of the cow on the table. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. He's dancing on the table. Oh! Everyone, the other animals, the goat, the hen and the pig, are finding it really funny. She's had enough. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for 4. It's weeny for 5. I'm tearing my head out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." And they're just looking at her, kind of laughing, amused at her despair. "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better. At last I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she showed out the pig. "My house is beginning to feel pretty big. Look, she's pushing him on his bottom. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now. Oh, thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble. There's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." And there she is, clasping his hand, saying thank you. And now, there she is. Look at her. Big smile on her face at last. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. La la la, la la la, la la la. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. But the other animals, like the cow and the hen and the pig and the goat, they're looking rather miserable, feeling a bit left out. Think they'd like to be back in the house. But look at her, she's dancing around, having a jolly old time. So what have you learnt from that, hey? Maybe things feel different after other things have happened. You know, you start to appreciate things more. She thought her house was small, but once she really filled it up, she realised that it wasn't that small when she was on her own. maybe we need to kind of have some perspective to appreciate things. Like, maybe is there anything that you feel different about at the moment? Because we've got all this lockdown and staying indoors and no school. Maybe you're one of those kids who thought, I don't really like school, but now you're like, I can't wait to go back. I really miss it. I don't know. But I love this story. I love the rhyming in it. Squash and a squeeze. And sometimes if I feel like my home is a bit small, I think about that. I'm not going to get a goat and a pig and a cow and a hen in, but we've got to appreciate the things we've got. Bye for now.